Hello, well-being. Welcome back to the quiet edge of the universe. Please only listen when it is safe for you to rest. Never while you're driving or doing anything that requires your full attention. Tonight, why don't you just go ahead and let yourself settle. Let your body find the surface beneath it. And with every breath, let the day loosen its grip a little more. Tonight, we're going to slow everything down so your body can remember its blueprint of perfect health, its evolutionary potential, and the deep, deep restoration that comes with sleep. Relax. Tonight, this episode is for the founders, the rebels, the misfits, the overthinkers, the curious ones, the ones told they were too much, too early, too disruptive, the ones whose very nature changes the chemistry of every room they enter. This is a choose-your-own-adventure, explorer. Tonight is one journey through real science, possibility, and metaphor. It's just one lens, not the only lens, not the final word on reality. It's just one way of walking through the cathedral. And please listen at your own risk. Side effects may include renewed meaning, sharpened signal, less tolerance for nonsense, and an inconvenient amount of contact with your own purpose. Also, fair warning, connecting to signal, truth, meaning, possibility, purpose, your highest self, the light that you came from. It's not always soft work. Sometimes it is beautiful. Sometimes it is destabilizing. Sometimes it is paradox. Sometimes it is cerebral disfluency. Sometimes it is the threshold where an old map stops working before a truer one fully appears. And isn't it a good thing that we're not doing this alone? So tonight, we begin together in the dark. Real dark. Cold, molecular, cloud dark. Hydrogen drifting through space dark. No planets, no people, no morning routine, no inboxes, no biohacks, no peptide stacks, no zone 2 obsession. No one asking how optimized your mitochondria are, or how cold your plunge was, or whether your wearable thinks that you are morally superior today. No tiny little glass jars lined up like a tiny army of hope. There's no supplement carousel, No one quietly trying to out-longevity each other while forgetting to enjoy their actual life. There's just a vast cloud, mostly hydrogen, beginning to gather in distant space. Can you see it? Gravity begins to lean in. Pressure builds. Temperature rises. And eventually, enough matter comes together that a star ignites. That part is real. Stars form when clouds of gas collapse under gravity until the core becomes hot and dense enough for fusion, and heavier elements are forged in stars and explosive stellar events that later enrich planets like Earth. Let your mind wrap around that for just a moment. Nuclear fusion in the heart of a star, and then cataclysmic stellar explosions, later enriching planets like Earth, perhaps your planet. Sometimes the future begins as a cloud that nobody respects. You ever felt that way before, well-being? And then stars do their elegant, violent work. Violent. They burn. They build. They fuse lighter elements into heavier ones. And when some of them die violently enough, they scatter the products of that interior labor back into space. Carbon, oxygen, iron, zinc. This is a future seeded by explosion. That is not a Hallmark card. That is a breathtaking chain of potential realities, your reality. And if some version of this story is true in a way we currently understand it, then the heavier elements that make rocky planets and complex chemistry possible had to exist before life on Earth could ever become what it later became. So imagine that. A zinc atom with a stellar family history, folded into dust, into rock, into oceans, into planetary chemistry, into the conditions that make life possible here, your life. And life on the early Earth was not yet us. Not even close. There were no forests, no whales, no espresso. There were no podcasts or YouTube thumbnails. Oh my gosh, YouTube thumbnails. No very sincere classroom voice telling you, you know the one, mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. As if that really wraps up the entire situation and everyone can go home now. And honestly, let us pause there for a 5th grade science class moment. You remember the era. The diagram of the cell. Everything with a cheerful little label. Remember the nucleus, the membrane, the ribosomes, the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. ATP, ATP, ATP. We all would yell that together, right? You nailed it. And then moving on, and sure, that is not wrong. It is just offensively underdressed. Because before there were cells like ours, There were simpler cells, prokaryotes, cells without a nucleus, without membrane-bound organelles like mitochondria. Among Earth's great ancient innovators were cyanobacteria, prokaryotic organisms that performed oxygen photosynthesis and helped transform the chemistry of the oceans and atmosphere. They did not have mitochondria. They were part of an earlier threshold. We've talked about that before, haven't we? And oxygen at first was not exactly universally loved. It was reactive, disruptive, chemically dangerous for many existing forms of life. And still, over immense time, that friction became possibility. Sometimes the future brushes against a system still organized around the past, and that contact feels like friction. Not every threshold will feel friendly. Not every gift arrives looking like one. And then comes one of the most consequential plot twists in the history of life. At some point, deep in evolutionary time, an ancestral host cell formed a long-term relationship with an ancient bacterium. The dominant scientific framework says that mitochondria descend from that bacterial guest. And human mitochondria still retain their own DNA, 37 genes in total, including 13 that code for protein parts that are involved in oxidative phosphorylation. Let that sink in, explorer. There was a point in time where a cell engulfed or was invaded by a foreign bacterium that later became your mitochondria. And guess where it was inherited? From your mother. Isn't that something? From the egg cell. Fascinating. And now, because we are not here to decorate the cage with fake certainty, let us be honest. We don't know exactly how that first relationship unfolded. Maybe it began as ancient cooperation. Maybe it was as conflict. Maybe as opportunism. Maybe as something stranger than our tidy moral categories can even hold. I'm just offering you one lens tonight, explorer. Not the only lens. It's just one choose your own adventure lens. Not because I can prove the original merger was a sweet little egalitarian love story between microbes holding hands in a tide pool, though that would be adorable and also scientifically unserious, which I love. Though something about that relationship held long enough to change the fate of a planet. And that is the part that I want to lean toward. I want to lean toward relationship, toward turning toward leaning in, toward the possibility that two organisms somehow created more capacity together than either lineage had alone. How wonderful is that? How strange, how hopeful, how completely outrageous that life might do something like that, and in doing so, alter the entire future of the planet. And just to keep the classroom teacher in your head relaxed, here is the simplest version. Prokaryotes are simpler cells. They have no nucleus, no membrane-bound organelles like mitochondria. And eukaryotes are more complex cells. They have a nucleus, they have internal compartments, and in organisms like you and I, they have mitochondria. And oxidative phosphorylation, the thing those 13 mitochondrial genes help to support, is the elegant process by which mitochondria use oxygen in a series of molecular handoffs to make ATP, the adenosine triphosphate, the cell's usable energy currency. That's how you and I continue to exist every day, is that we continue to produce enough of this stuff. The rest of the mitochondrial genes help with the protein building machinery itself, including transfer RNAs and ribosomal RNAs. So no, mitochondria are not just tiny biohack instabros and they're yelling, ATP is the answer. They are actually ancient energy refineries, descendants of an old relationship that changed what life could afford to become. And because of that arrangement, cells like yours can do something astonishing. They can use oxygen to help create usable energy. They can power more complex forms of life. They can build tissues, thoughts, beliefs, motion, memory, feeling, repair, identity, realities. And in the great planetary exchange, animals breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide, while plants use carbon dioxide in photosynthesis and release oxygen back into the atmosphere. Different mechanisms, different scales. And through the whole thing, it still reads like a deliriously elegant symbiosis. What kind of arrangement is this? What kind of world is this where stars make the elements? Cyanobacteria change the atmosphere using those elements and photons of energy. And ancient microbes join forces. Mitochondria help make complex life possible, and trees over there are calmly participating in the whole exchange like none of this is completely mind-blowing. Think about it. What else is possible knowing this? What other thresholds are waiting, well-beings? What if life leans again and again and again toward greater possibility? So before there could be you, before there could be your thoughts, your grief, your hands, your appetite for meaning, your favorite song, your greatest work, your highest purpose, there had to be cosmic expansion, stellar ignition, element formation, planetary assembly, ocean chemistry, oxygenic life, and some form of endosymbiotic relationship that gave rise to mitochondria. And eventually, in one astonishing expression of that planetary chemistry, the story comes all the way inward. Inward to an egg cell to be exact. And the egg is not passive. Never let anyone tell this story as if it is. The egg cell is a highly organized world, already loaded with astonishing complexity. And in humans, the embryo's mitochondria come overwhelmingly, like I said before, from the egg, not the sperm. An entire future resting inside a single cell. Though not to minimize the part the sperm plays. We're going to talk about that. This is a very, very gorgeous symbiotic relationship. For during maturation, mammalian oocytes, egg cells, accumulate zinc. Then at the moment of fertilization, when the sperm cell enters the egg undergoes a real zinc spark, a biophotonic flash. A burst of zinc releases, and it is associated with egg activation. Think about it. Sit with it. A stellar-born element gathered by a planet, folded into life, held inside an egg, then released in flashes at the threshold of a human beginning. One signal gets through, then everything changes. Your life did not begin in overwhelm. It began in discernment. Your life began with a profound yes, and then a sacred no. And even then, nothing is guaranteed. The newly fertilized egg begins its journey down the fallopian tube. It divides as it travels, changing, becoming. Ideally, it reaches the uterus and implants there, though not always. Many fertilized human ova never implant at all, with estimates often around 40 to 50% failing before implantation. And that makes you being here even less ordinary. What a miracle that any of us, after all of that, all of it, are standing here at all, telling this story, listening to this story, marveling at how the whole thing possibly started. And perhaps, if you want to play with imagination for a moment, I do. If you want to let metaphor do what metaphor does best, perhaps you might ask yourself, what if that spark, that biophotonic flash, is your signal? What if, even if only in the cathedral of your own imagination, that flash becomes a symbol for the deepest signal in you? The one that knows what belongs, the one that knows what matters, the one that knows when you are running someone else's pattern, someone else's program, someone else's signal. What if your life has been quietly asking you to come home to that? And perhaps that is still the work now. Not becoming available to everything, not every input, not every demand, not every panic cycle, not every trend that's dressed up as destiny, not every social script, not every inherited box. Maybe the path back is becoming more available to life, more available to meaning, more available to your signal, more available to what actually belongs and matters most. More of who you are and less of who you are not. Because when the paradox gets too painful, humans do what humans do. We numb out. We stay busy. We procrastinate with alarming professionalism. We scroll like tiny raccoons with Wi-Fi, rifling through a glowing dumpster fire, and we call it self-improvement and research. We self-abandon, we overwork, we underfeel, we disconnect from signal because, frankly, sometimes being alive hurts. And in order to sit with being alive, we must learn to feel all of the emotional keyboard without fragmenting, without separating from signal. Sometimes the world feels like an inbox with teeth and a wellness podcast at the very same fucking time. And if you have ever become a brain that just happens to have a body, welcome. Have a seat. Make yourself at home. Pour yourself a cup of chamomile tea. You are very much welcome here. You are not the only one, and you are among your people here. Though autopilot is very understandable well-being, authorship is required. And main character energy in the deepest sense is not vanity. It is responsibility. It is signal. It is moral agency. It is the willingness to think, to choose, to feel, and to act on purpose. It is meta energy. Are you willing to think about your thinking deeply? Because most people are not, and that is not entirely their fault. Though great signal comes with great responsibility. Structural constraints are real. Conditioning is real. Commercials are real. I mean, my generation thought that like Tang and Fruit Loops were an excellent breakfast to feed children. Trauma is real. Algorithms are real. Cultural memes are real. Privilege is real too. The more privilege you have, the easier it can be to access cleaner food, calmer mornings, safer environments, more time, more support, and more room to experiment with protocols and to reap the benefits. And not everyone gets that. So this is not a morality play about who is disciplined and who is not. It is an invitation to compassion, to the depths of your very own heart, and a reminder that if one of us suffers, all of us live in the world that allowed that suffering to occur. Still, please do not defend the walls from the inside. Come with us and wake up to the extent that you are able. Because what we owe the future is not more fascinated consumers of collapse. Read that again. Listen to it again. What we owe the future is more authored humans. More humans with capacity for complexity. More humans who can hold hope and horror in the same room without becoming mentally and physiologically unrecognizable to themselves. Most folks would rather rage against the machine than become a force that would build a new one. Though maybe that is the threshold. Maybe this century is asking for people who can metabolize cognitive dissonance, weave chaos into coherence, and remain in relationship with signal long enough to become useful to life and the future of life. Because a cage by any other name is still a damned cage. And some people spend decades becoming excellent at a game they were never meant to give their life to. In fact, you can build an empire from someone else's signal and still feel the quiet grief of having abandoned your own life. And for the founder, the artist, the misfit, the rebel, success without signal eventually starts to feel like soul rot. Tell me if you've ever felt that way before, because I have. I surely have. And you know exactly what I mean here if this resonates. And if you don't, also fine. Perfect, in fact. And perhaps that is enough for tonight. Enough truth, enough recognition, enough wonder. Because somewhere inside you, beneath the static, beneath the heartbreak, beneath the grief, beneath the speed, beneath the pressures of the times that we are living in together, your body still remembers threshold intelligence. Your body still remembers your signal. Your cells remember ancient collaboration. Your mitochondria remember a merger that changed what life could become. Your beginning remembers a boundary formed in brilliance, a biophotonic flash. Only what belongs, only what coheres, only what can participate in becoming. And your body is so good at this, isn't it? And now we continue to slow everything down. Way down, all the way down, deeper and deeper into relax. You do not need to force your way into coherence tonight. You can let your body do what wise bodies have always done. They can clear what is excess, keep using what is healthy and useful. They can sort what matters. You can turn down the noise. You can separate signal from static. You can stay available to life. And as your body enjoys this deeper settling, you can follow a very simple, elegant, and satisfying descent. Drifting beautifully now, and your body is already so good at this, isn't it? 9, nice, deep, satisfying breath. Allowing that oxygen to permeate every tissue, every fiber, every molecule of your being. Deeper into comfort. And perhaps here you can begin to notice how easy it is for your body to do what bodies have done for a very long time. Can't you? 8. Your breath is smooth and continues in a very beautiful, elegant rhythmicity. And with each breath, your whole system can soften a little more, or perhaps a lot more, in just the right way for you. Your body is noticing just how easy rest can really be when it is no longer trying to hold everything all at once. And you are so good at this. Relax. 6. Your mind is floating in a soft field of space. And even the parts of you that have been vigilant can begin to loosen now. Can't they? 5. Every cell in your body leaning toward coherence, toward your own signal, toward your own inner knowing and blueprint of perfect health that your body remembers so well. 4, deeper and gentler now. And maybe you can sense how sleep does not take you away from yourself. It brings you back in right relationship with life. Relax. 3, your whole body resting inside intelligent calm, and your unconscious mind can continue sorting what matters the most, keeping what serves you and releasing what does not. Right now, let it happen. Relax. 2, you can go ahead and feel sleep drawing closer, warm and certain, and your body can begin accomplishing all the beautiful hidden work of the night. Can't it? 1, deeply held, deeply settled, deeply at home, deeply relaxed, and perhaps already drifting into that elegant place where meaning becomes simpler, signal becomes clearer, and rest becomes beautifully, gorgeously useful. And you can stay here in this softness, in this quiet, in this elegant and living darkness where your body can clear, integrate, build, adapt. Here, sleep becomes most useful, so healing. Here, your brain can clear what it no longer needs. Your memories begin to integrate elegantly. Your cells can tend to their quiet housekeeping, and your immune system can coordinate with more wisdom. Your telomeres recognize their signal of perfect health, and they adjust themselves accordingly. Your epigenetic factors are completely and totally in tune with your greatest, healthiest life possible. Let them. Show them. Your chemistry settles into healthier rhythms. And your body is so good at this, isn't it? And while you rest, you may begin to notice, even if only somewhere deep below thought, that it becomes easier and easier to prefer signal over noise. Easier and easier for you to recognize what belongs for you, what belongs in your life, what belongs on the end of your fork, what foods your body prefers so that it can become its healthiest version possible. Even imagine this, healthier than you can imagine possible. Easier and easier to enjoy your life while building it well. Easier and easier to feel the quiet pull of your own purpose. Easier and easier to remember your own bliss. your own muse, your own highest self. Not because you have to force any of it, because your system already knows how to move toward coherence when you give it the chance. So give it, let it, insist upon it, allow it, trust it. You can trust yourself. Your signal is trustworthy. Your body naturally builds deeper coherence. Your body remembers its gorgeous blueprint of perfect health. Your body carries an evolutionary blueprint for vitality and for what's possible. Every cell in your body remembers the intelligence that built the stars. And the truth is that the universe has been practicing creation for a very long time. And tonight, while you rest, that same creative intelligence continues its work within you, gently, precisely, beautifully, helping your body build health, support longevity, and become more fully itself. So sleep now, well-being. The cosmos favors the well-rested.